Great players on both sides. Wes, possibly one of the friendliest players in pickleball. Now this is Staksrud and Wright's first round. They had a bye. They are the number 3 seed. Wesley, Burrows, Marshall Brown played Tavon Morrow and Max Green 11-5, 11-7 to get into this. As we know, Fed just solid player all around. He's got all those shots. Marshall Brown is one of those tricky players. You know, he's been doing very well this year. He's got a lot of kind of weapons in his arsenal. Kind of like what we're seeing there. Super fast hands. He can kind of twist it and turn it, do some tricky stuff, have some great court coverage. And Matt Wright, the most veteran player on this court, very successful player on the PPA tour over the years. And then just Brown just coming out super aggressive out the gate. Really, Wes hasn't seen too many balls. But that is a Westboro shot right there. He's going to drive that third and drop that fifth. And when he gets that down, it is tough, especially in this wind. All these players have a fantastic drive that's going to do some damage the windier it gets as well. But Wright and Staksrud stop the bleeding a little bit. Going to try to break up this 0-4. And just smart decision. She's just like, we just got to play smart for a minute, make those balls over, and that puts them on the board. And almost Marshall a little bit too fast for his own hands there. But great speed up from Staksrud. I mean, that's a huge drive coming from Staksrud, and Marshall Brown just putting it right back into Wright's feet. And just a little overhit on that ball, and we are at 3-4. Again, this being their first round. So first time on the courts here in Atlanta. So it may be a little bit slow on start, but once Wright and Staksrud dial it in, it's going to be a very tough team to beat. Just in that right there, he's starting to warm that up. Matt's got that long hold on that forehand. He's got great extension on that, just finds the middle very, very easily. Wes goes for that same flick, but hits that so hard, it's about a foot out. So you got speed, but you also have wind out there. So a lot of times out here, we want to make sure we got a little bit more margin on the ball when we're going for those shots. And a little bit of net love, and suddenly, I mean, it was 0-4, and now we are at 7-4, and that's a quick turnaround on this side of the court. Right there, just a little bit lifted in the air. Wes is kind of, yep, that is the right thing to do. Suddenly we are at 4-8. Let's call that timeout. Give us a little minute to check in. Match here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Sarah Ansberry, alone in the booth right now. We've got this match ahead of us, Staksrud and Wright just kind of firmly taking control. But great timeout from Wes Burrows and Marshall Brown. Sometimes that timeout, the hardest point to win is that point after that timeout. Well, we have found someone to join me. We have the amazing Caden Niemoff in the booth with me.
What is up, Pickleball world?
And we dragged him off the courts, and I hope Caden's father is watching this and gets a big hug from me, by the way.
He's a big hugger, so.
He is a big hugger.
I doubt that he would deny you of one of those.
And we are in this men's match. 5-8 right now.
All team defense.
Absolutely. It's kind of one of the longer points we've had here in the last kind of few. I think there was a little bit more control coming from Burrows and Brown's side, but got a little antsy once they had that opportunity.
Oh, of course. Well, there's a lot of firepower on this court, so I don't expect long points.
Yeah. And that is a ball they're looking at. He hits it around the post, and he's kind of looking down. Just phenomenal hands, giving him 9-5 lead.
Another one.
And there's that. That's maybe the third kind of roll forehand we've seen from Matt so far in this game. So, like I said a little bit earlier, here's warming up that shot, and he's able to hold that ball for so long.
Yeah, I unfortunately had to play these two, Federico and Matt last week, and let me tell you, wasn't fun.
A little rough.
I think we scored 11 in 2 matches.
11 in 2 matches, and they're right there again. So that's that's the first backhand hold, but
guaranteed pickleball play every week. No hassle, no paddle stacking lines, no worries. Join a pickleball league today and up your game with competitive, consistent, well-matched play. Connect with your local leagues, check live rankings on your phone, and play with ease. Whether you're there to socialize with your community, network across the net, or have fun playing your favorite sport, leagues are a stress-free way to enjoy your play. Find your closest league at pickleball.com and click leagues today to get started.
Let's see if Marshall and
Wes Burrows
find something going here. Here comes the patience. Uh-oh.
I mean, perfect time to lob. It's, but there's that win factor.
Yeah.
I think that's all it was right there, is did not register the wind. And then there's again that, and that's a great spot because Matt does hold a little bit more towards his backhand, but he was able to kind of get there just in time to that forehand.
Ooh.
And Fed said the same thing. I can do that too.
Well, I think it's natural for most right side players to kind of sit backhand and slide, and Federico just put that ball in a perfect place. A little freebie out of Wes Burrows.
And it's great response. It's, you know, I think Brown needed that right now. In the beginning of the match, he was just fast hands. He was getting every single ball, being aggressive, and then just got caught a few times on that backhand. And that's kind of the first time we've seen him light up just a little bit again. So that's a big point for him.
Yeah. It's very easy to lose confidence in your shots.
Absolutely. I think, and you know, he's got such a well-rounded game. I think when he's got a little more experience under his belt with those matches, he's only going up in it.
Oh, for sure. He's got one of the most lively wrists in pickleball.
Absolutely. See, I think the last match I was commentating was him and Ben Johns, and he was up. He was up. He had his opportunity in the first game, playing his game, and then kind of fell into the trap a little bit. I talked to him afterwards, and it was that being so tight in that first game, he didn't perform as well in the second game. But it was, you know, he knew afterwards that he kind of fell right into it and regret. But again, that's experience. And I said, hey, well, next time you play him now, you know that's what you're going to do.
Yep, yep.
Now getting a little bit wild on that. He hasn't missed one in a while, so.
3-2-2.
It's a great spot. It's kind of that same thing. So that right shoulder, right hip is a huge target for a lot of players when they kind of sit a little bit too much backhand. And kind of feel like nothing's super creative right now. It's just kind of dink, dink, dink. And let's go for a speed up somewhere. Yeah. And it's almost like this is what we're supposed to do.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, a little ambitious on that one. Wes has got a great lob, but in this wind, it's a little bit wristy and flicky, so didn't quite get the distance he wanted out of it. Fantastic drop.
Oof.
And again, there it is. So then, you know, Fed on the last one, he was going for down the line. So he went for a little bit bigger of a target on that one, got the net clearance he needed. Again, still went with the shot, which is great.
Ooh.
And very compact swing on that. He found that angle right through him.
Nice
and
combo.
There it is. So that's a better position to do that, that lob up at the line, setting up that point very nicely. And a good lead from West Burrows.
Look at that. You don't see that every day, but Federico just returned and stayed back.
Yeah.
Hit an extra third and
Yeah.
still won the point.
Yeah, and that should, I mean, Brown's got a huge serve. It's big. It's a powerful, more powerful than it looks, I think.
Mm-hmm. When he does it with such a compact swing, honestly.
Yep. And that time, it was trying to go for the same play, but I'm trying to even look at that replay. Fed's paddles up almost before he hits that ball.
Yeah. Combination of good technique and a Yola paddle will do good things for you. Yola is my current sponsor, so I have nothing but good things to say about Yola.
Yeah.
And personally, I think there's no one better that wields a Yola paddle than Federico. He knows exactly what he's doing with that thing. Ooh.
Oh.
Good believe.
It's, I mean, that's a big shot to go for. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was risky, but it's worth a shot if he's able to dial that in.
Yeah.
And kind of right now, it just does kind of seem like a pretty routine match. I think I'd like to see Burrows and Brown move the ball a little bit more and, you know, try to play a tiny bit more patiently before they're going and just be ready for more counterattacks.
Yeah. Well, Matt and Federico, I mean, these guys are no joke when it comes to hand speed.
Absolutely.
And,
I mean, the power that's coming off of him is incredible.
definitely have to work the point a little bit more. Obviously, these guys know what they're doing, but, you know, down a little bit of a hole. Wonder if they'll slow things down or kind of keep the fast pace. There's that lob. Another one. Ooh.
Oh, and that's great work on both ends of the court, but that's Wes for you. He's like, I did everything I could, and it just didn't work.
Higher, Wes, higher. Definitely not the cleanest match, but
no,
hey, you know.
And again, it's their first day on the court. It is windy. The weather is definitely playing tricks on everybody today.
Yeah. Well, to tell you this much, folks, we're not perfect either. So
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh.
That's a great speed up down the middle. Solid, clean. That's what I like from him.
Yeah, that was dirty.
And there it is. That's a super compact swing motion. What I like about it, 100% legal. That when you've got, like, we talk all about these, what's legal, what's illegal, all these things. The way he's starting his paddle position, the way the wrist is down when he's hitting it, it is pretty much always going to be a legal serve with low to high motion.
Yeah. Is there anyone in the sport that you feel, you know, maybe has a little bit more sketchy of a serve?
I will not comment. You will not break me.
Oh, man.
Huge serve. I honestly thought that, I mean, that thing looked like it was a rocket and the way it bounced.
Started so high and just dropped
It
right
dropped
in the corner.
so fast. Wow. And we are suddenly at 9-4 in this game.
Ooh, as the wind picks up a little bit.
You hear it, you feel it. And we are at match point. We do have our women's match after this, Wright and Dazan against Recker and Sewing. And Matt is a little impatient with that one, wants to get done with this, but they do have another match point in their pocket.
That is what I call a 10-4 shot right there.
There you go.
Oh.
I mean, it's just a sick ball. Marshall Brown gave up a lot for that. You know, I'm surprised he wasn't looking for that after that middle ball.